الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وإيمانا وفقها في الدين. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وتجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا يا رب العالمين. So today we'll be discussing the 11th hadith and the 12th hadith. So we discussed two hadiths today because both the 11th hadith and the 12th hadith are very short hadith, right? The first one narrated by Al-Hasan bin Ali bin Abi Talib, and then the second one by Abu Hurairah. So وعن أبي محمد الحسن بن علي بن أبي طالب سبط رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وحالته رضي الله عنهما قال: حفظت من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم دع ما يريبك إلى ما لا يريبك. That is the 11th hadith and the 12th hadith. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال: قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: من حسن إسلام المرء تركه ما لا يعني. رواه الترمذي. So this hadith, two hadith. The first one narrated by Al-Hasan bin Ali. Al-Hasan bin Ali. So, and the second one by Abu Hurairah. Abu Hurairah we've already discussed his biography. So let's first discuss the biography of brief biography of Al-Hasan bin Ali. Then we discuss the two hadith together, inshallah. So, Al-Hasan bin Ali. Have you ever heard of Al-Hasan bin Ali? Okay. What of Ali bin Abi Talib? Okay. So, an Abi Muhammad, and Abu Muhammad, that is his kunya. Right? Abu Muhammad, the father of Muhammad. That's the kunya of Al-Hasan. So his name is, the narrator's name is Al-Hasan bin Ali bin Abi Talib. Al-Hasan bin Ali bin Abi Talib. Right? So his name is Al-Hasan. Right? So Al-Hasan, one of the grandsons of the Prophet, right? So it's Al-Hasan, his kunya is Abu Muhammad, and then his name Al-Hasan, right?
No.
His father's name Ali, his grandfather's name Abu Talib, right? So that's it. So Al-Hasan, that's the eldest son of Ali bin Abi Talib. His eldest son. He was born in the 3rd year of Hijrah, meaning after the migration of the Prophet to Medina. He was born in the 3rd year, right? In the 3rd year, and the Prophet ﷺ read the Azan in his right ear, and then the Iqamah in his left ear, right? So, and also there's something called a tahniq. A tahniq, that's when at that time of the Prophet, when as a companion receive a newborn baby, he will bring it to the Prophet for the Prophet to pray for the child, and then also put date in the mouth of what? Of the child, right? So that's a tahniq. So he also did the same to Al-Hasan bin Ali. And Al-Hasan bin Ali also studied from his father, Ali bin Abi Talib, and also from his mother, Fatima. So Fatima is what? The daughter, one of the daughters of the Prophet, right? So he studied from his father, his grandfather, and his mother as well. Right, and then also studied from the student of Uthman bin Affan, Abu Abdurrahman al-Sulami, right? So, and then he was considered one of the companions, one of the youngest companions of the Prophet so Al-Hassan bin Ali, he died in the year 50.
50.
Yeah. He died in the year 50. And the Prophet ﷺ loved him and his younger brother Al-Hussein, right? So Al-Hassan is the eldest, and then the Hussein is the youngest. So the Prophet ﷺ will say, هما ريحانتي في الدنيا, right? They are my two dearest in this world, meaning the Prophet ﷺ loved him so much. And then the Prophet ﷺ once said about Al-Hussein, he said, Inna bni hadha sayyid, meaning he's referring to Al-Hassan. Inna bni hadha sayyid, asa Allahu an yusliha baynahu wa bayna, asa Allahu an yusliha baynahu wa bayna fi'atayn min al-muslimin, fi'atayn 'azimatayn min al-muslimin. So he said, this my son is referring to Al-Hassan, meaning his grandson, because a son is considered, a grandson is considered what? A son. And a grandfather is also considered a father, right? So he said, Inna bni hadha sayyid, asa Allahu an yusliha baynahu wa bayna asa Allahu an yusliha bihi bayna fi'atayn 'azimatayn min al-mu'minin. So he said, this son of mine, meaning Al-Hassan, is what is Sayyid, is a leader. Is what? Sayyid is a leader. And then I hope that Allah will make peace through him between two large forces among the Muslims.
Among Muslims?
Yeah, among the Muslims. So here, the Prophet ﷺ was referring to something that will come later, that will happen later after his life. Right, so we all know that after the death of the Prophet, Abu Bakr took over as what? As the Khalifa, then Umar, right? Then Uthman, then Ali. Then after Ali, who took over? Is Al-Hassan. So they appointed Al-Hassan as what? As the Khalifa. So he was the fifth Khalifa. Right? He was the fifth Khalif, right? And then his regime lasted for 6 months.
6 months.
6 months, according to some scholars, and some according to some 7 months, according to some 8 months, right? Okay, so and he after the death of Uthman, Uthman was assassinated. Right, by some group of Muslims who came from Egypt, right? So he was assassinated. So since the assassination of Uthman, Umar too was assassinated as well, right? So since the death of Uthman, there has been a lot of rout, a lot of misunderstanding among the Muslims, right? So they call that fitna, a trial, right? So since the death of Uthman, there has been misunderstanding between the Muslims, right? So since the death of Uthman, the Muslim Ummah split into two groups, mainly into two groups: the group of Ali and then the group of Muawiyah, right? So why did they split into two groups? After the assassination of Uthman, they all know who assassinated Uthman, right? But now they were like, okay, and Uthman, Muawiyah is related to Uthman, okay? So he said, Muawiyah said, okay, since we know those who assassinated Uthman, let's bring them to book. Let's prosecute them before we what? We appoint a new Khalif, a new leader, right? And then the Muslim also, some said no, let's appoint a leader, then later we what? We bring them to book or we prosecute them, right? And then Muawiyah disagreed, and then they appointed Ali as what? As the Khalif. So Ali served as what? As Khalif for 4 years and some months, right? For 4 years and some months. So since the time of Ali, there has been what? There has been misunderstanding between Ali and then Muawiyah. You get it? Because of what? Because of this issue specifically, right? But of course, they love each other, and then they did not hate each other. But there's this kind of disagreement because of this particular issue I mentioned to you. So it continued like that till the death of Ali, right? And I said, Ali, how long did he rule as a Khalif?
For 4 years.
For 4 years and some months, right? So when we combine the regime of Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali, it will not be exactly 30 years, right? It will be left with what? With some months. So these months were completed by Al-Hassan, right? So after the death of Ali, Al-Hassan was what? Was appointed by the people of Mecca, by the people of Medina, by the people of Iraq, right? They appointed Al-Hassan as what? As the Khalif, right? So, and then there was still a disagreement between Al-Hassan and also Muawiyah, right? So it got to a point where something big was about to happen, a battle was about to happen between these two groups, right? Due to what? That's this misunderstanding that happened between Ali and then Muawiyah. So it continued till the time of Al-Hassan, right? So even though Al-Hassan was appointed as what? As the Khalif, right? So, and then it got to a point, the group of Ali, the group of Al-Hassan and then the group of Muawiyah. Even though the group of Al-Hassan, they were more than the followers of Muawiyah, right? So it got to a point where a battle was about to occur between these two groups, right? So when Al-Hassan realized that he surrendered, he did not give up. He surrendered because he looked at what the distraction that this would cause the Muslim Ummah, because when they are to fight, these two large groups are to fight, what will happen? Many Muslims will die because of what? Because of a throne or because of what? Khilafah. So Al-Hassan didn't want that. So he surrounded that to Muawiyah, right? And then Muawiyah took over. So that's after 6 months, according to some scholars, and according to some, after 7 months, according to some, after 8 months. So these 6 or 7 or 8 months completed what? The 30 years, right? So Al-Hassan is considered what? Is considered the 5th Khalif, right? And then after that, Muawiyah took over, and then it continued in a form of dynasty till the time of, so that was the Umayyad dynasty. Then from that to Abbasid, then it's continued like that. So Al-Hassan died in the year 50, right? He died in the year 50. So he was born
on the
third year of what? Hijri. So how old was he when the Prophet died?
6 years.
6 years. When did the Prophet die?
Prophet died on the
In which year?
when he was 60 years.
No, I don't. If I say when did the prophet die, I'm not asking of. Yeah. At what age did he die? I'm asking in which year did he die, according to the Hijra calendar.
Okay.
In the 11th year, we
Yes,
mentioned this over and over again.
No.
In the 11th year, right? Yeah. So then, how old will be Al Hassan when the prophet died?
So
How old was he? He was born in the year
third.
the 10 years.
So it'll be 8 years.
Are you sure?
He's 8 years. He was 8 years.
So, yeah, and he's considered among the youngest companions of the Prophet. And the Prophet, he loved him so much with his other brother, Al Hussein. So he said, Anabi Muhammad, that is his kunya, right? And his name is
Al
Hassan, and his father's name?
bin Ali.
His father's name is? Ali. His grandfather? Abu Talib. Okay. So he said, Sibti Rasulillahi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sibti means Hafid, meaning his grandson, the prophet's grandson. Right? Sibti Rasulillahi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa Rayhanati. Rayhanati is someone dear to you. Right? Because the Prophet himself said, Huma Rayhanataya fil Jannah. Right? So they are what? They are his two dear, his dearest grandchildren. Right? So, وريحانتي سبت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وريحانتي. قال, he said. Who said?
He, the Prophet.
No.
Him, Al-Hassan.
Al-Hassan said, حفظت من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. I've committed this, or I learned this from the Prophet. حفظت من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. So what did he learn from the Prophet? He said, دع ما يريبك إلى ما لا يريبك. This is what he learned from the Prophet. He committed to memory from the Prophet. دع ما يريبك إلى ما لا يريبك. So he said, he took this from what? From the Prophet, that give up what causes you doubt for that which does not cause you doubt. دع ما يريبك إلى ما لا يريبك. So this is the hadith. Right? So he said, give up, leave that which causes you doubt for that which does not what causes you doubt. Right? So here, this hadith talks about certainty and then doubt. It resembles a hadith we discussed before. Which hadith was that?
Hadith of Nana Aisha.
Can you read it well? Do you remember the wording? إن الحلال بين
إن الحرام بين
وإن الحرام بين وبينهما أمور مشتبهات. Right. So the doubtful issue. So here it's talking about certainty and then doubt. Right. So leave that which causes you doubt. Give up that which causes you doubt for that which does not cause doubt. Right. So here he's saying you should stick to the certainty, what you are certain about, and then give up or leave or stay away from the doubtful things that causes you doubt. So here we've discussed many issues in our lesson, the fiqh lesson, right? If you remember, we discussed about when you are praying and you are in doubt whether you've prayed 2 rakat or 3 rakat.
No.
What did we say about that?
You said when you are doubting, so you should add another one. After that,
Which one should you consider?
You should consider the one you are sure of.
No, you are not sure. Which one are you sure of?
For instance, you are praying 3,
Okay.
and you are doubting whether you pray the 3rd rakah or not. So you
Okay.
should consider you pray 2,
You pray
and
2.
pray another one.
So here, you stick to the one you are certain of, right? So you are in doubt of what? The 3, the 3rd one, the 3rd rakah.
No.
So it means that you are certain that you what?
Pray 2.
You've prayed 2. You get it? You are certain that you what? You've prayed 2. So here, this hadith is used as what? As evidence in this particular issue. Right? This hadith is used as what? As an evidence in this particular issue. So someone may ask, okay, why do I have to? Do I have to consider the minimum or the less rakah and not the highest?
No.
You get it? So here, and this is it. So here, we understand that when you consider the 2 rak'ah that you prayed 2 rak'ahs, because you are in doubt of what? Between the third rak'ah, that's where the doubt is, right?
No.
And the hadith says you should what? You should give up that which you are doubt of for that which you are not doubtful of. Right? So here you are doubtful of what? The 3rd rak'ah, but you are certain about the 2nd rak'ah. So you've prayed the 2nd rak'ah, and now you have to what? You have to pray the 3rd rak'ah. Is that clear? So with this, there will not be any doubt. But let's say that you consider that, okay, no, you are in doubt whether you pray the 3rd rak'ah or not, and you say, okay, I will stick to the 3rd rak'ah. I've prayed the 3rd rak'ah. What will happen?
So that means if you didn't pray, if truly, that means you've left something out of the prayer.
Yeah, but there's something here in regards to doubt and then certainty.
You are sinful.
No. Here it means that you continue to be in doubt. Right?
Yeah.
You continue to be in doubt. Why? Because you did not consider the 2 rak'ah, you considered what? The 3rd rak'ah. That you are what? You are in doubt for. You are in doubt of. You get it?
No.
Is it clear? Okay. So same concept apply to ablution. Let's say that you have a valid ablution. Okay? You have a valid ablution. Before an obligatory prayer, the time of an obligatory prayer. Let's say you perform Zuhur prayer is at 12:30, and you prayed. You performed ablution at 11, right? You performed ablution at 11 because of a Quranic recitation or voluntary or optional prayer. And then when it gets to a time of Zuhur, you are in doubt whether you've invalidated your ablution or not. Do you get it?
No.
You are in doubt whether you've nullified your ablution or not. So what will you do now?
So you stick to the fact that you performed.
You performed ablution.
Yes.
Right? Do you agree with him?
No.
Why?
Maybe if you have to doubt that, I think the person should perform again.
Should perform ablution again.
The person is doubtful, he has not performed already.
I agree with him. You agree with him? You're on his madhab.
So let me elaborate.
I don't agree with them. Okay, elaborate.
So you see, in this situation, it's not like you've not performed. You've performed already. You are sure you've performed the ablution already. But it's just that you are in doubt whether you still have the ablution or not. But in a situation where you didn't perform, that's when you would have to perform again because you didn't perform at all.
This is it. Yes, Yusuf is right. You get it, right? So now, if you are in doubt whether you've performed the ablution or not, what do you do here?
If you are in doubt that you
Whether you've performed or not,
then you consider as you have not performed.
You have not performed. You get it? Then you what? You perform ablution and then be on what? On the safer side. But when you are certain that you've performed, but you are in doubt whether you've nullified it or the ablution is still valid, then what do? You stick to what? To the certainty that you've what? You've performed the ablution. Do you get it? So when it comes to transaction 2, let's say that, sometimes, most of the time, you engage in what? In a certain transaction, and after that, you are in doubt whether this money is lawful for you or not. Have you ever experienced something like that? Yeah. So you are not sure whether this money is halal or haram. You are not sure. So in that case, what do you do? In that case, what do you do?
So you give it up.
Right? So, let's say that someone sent you to buy something, right? And the person know the price, right? Okay, let's say a computer, a laptop computer. Okay. And then the person already know the price that this laptop is what? Its cost is 3,000. The price is 3,000. And they gave you 3,000. So when you went there, you're also good in what? In bargaining. You bargain, and then you got it at 2,500. Right? So this 500 cedis, is it yours or is for the person?
It's for the person.
It's for the person.
Well, if something like that happens, it's not for the person.
It's not for the person, right?
Because you know the price, you give me the money that this amount, but it's not for him. Maybe I will decide to consider to give it to him back.
Or not, right? Okay. Now you are certain that it's not for the person, right?
No.
And you are also certain that it's for the person. And you?
Not for the person.
Not for the person. Why? Why?
Because the amount for the laptop is 3,000.
3,000.
And bargain, person bargain to 2,500.
Yes.
The person can keep it as this thing incentive.
As its benefit, right?
Yes.
It's for the person.
It's for the person.
It's for the person.
No, it's not for the person.
You said it's not for the person.
Yeah.
I mean, is it for the owner of the laptop or?
No,
Is
the
that
one,
what-
the one who sent me is not for him. It's not for the person who sent me.
Okay, so it's for you who went to buy the laptop, and you said it's for the person.
Yeah.
Wow, we have 3 must-haves here.
So the money is for the one who gave you the money to buy the laptop. The change.
Right. Yeah. So here, if you are certain, right? If this does not, cause any doubt, like you are not doubtful whether this money belongs to him or not, what do you do? What do you do?
If there's no doubt,
There's no doubt.
it will remain in my pocket.
Okay, but here there's issue here. Let's say that you came and then the person asks you, okay, how much did you get it? How much did you get? What will be your answer? What will you tell us?
So you tell him the truth. That you bought it around this, but you're able to bargain and this is a change.
Yeah. So the person has given you 3,000 to buy a laptop, right? And then he knows that this is the price. Okay, this is the laptop I want, and the price is 3,000. He gave you 3,000. What you want is laptop. Go get him the laptop. That's it. Yeah. Right? Got him the laptop. That's it. But if he asks you, how much did they get? Then here you have to what? Yes, you have to be honest. You have to tell me, okay, I bargained and I got it at 2,500.
Customer service.
Right? This the price I bought it, and then so here he will decide to what to gift you the balance or not. You understand? But if you don't ask you, the laptop is what you want. You bought him the laptop now. Yeah. But that's if when you are certain. But if you are not certain, you are doubt. The best way is to give him the money, or to explain to him that okay, this is what I've done. The price is 3,000. Yes, you gave me 3,000, but I bargained, and then this is the balance. Right?
So I don't understand. You said if you are doubtful, if you are not.
Yeah. So now, I mean, let's say Shaib said it belongs to the person who went to buy the laptop, the sender, right? The person who went to buy the laptop. So the money is from according to Shaib. So here Shaib is certain. He's not in doubt whether this money is lawful for me or not. He's not in doubt. He's certain that this money is for him. Right? But if you are in doubt whether this money is for the owner or not, then here what do? You explain to the person. Do you get the difference? And here when he asks you, you have no option than to tell him the truth. You get it? But because when you lie, the money becomes what?
Haram. So is it the same thing as when you are giving money to do charity? And they said you should make sure 100 people they should be satisfied for your amount. And you are given maybe an amount. So you've given out and you made sure everyone got, but the change, are you supposed to return it or is for you? Because 100 people, there's the result. They've gotten the result they want.
Yeah, so with such project, this is a project with a budget, right? So the project has a description. This is what we want, and you did exactly that, and then you still have balance, right? The project is what they want to have done.
Have you bring results? So you bring.
Yeah. So now, when preparing a report, let's say after the project, you prepare a report for it.
No.
So you have to what? You have to state as it is in the project, in the budget. Sorry, in the report. You have to state as it is. You don't have to what? Concord or change anything, right? But the balance is for you.
If you were straightforward mentioning that they've gotten what like.
Yeah. So they ask you, okay, we want this with a specific description, and you got it. It's yours. Yeah. It's yours. Yeah. But if they ask you to do something with a specific description, then you went and you did something else. You get it. So here it can be yours because you've not done what you are asked to do.
But say, why is it not in the same case while somebody give you maybe a goat to rear and the goat have given birth? Okay. You've taken care of the goat and has given birth, and now the person is coming for his goat and you give him the goat and take the kids, because the kids of the goat too is from you. That is the goat that the person wants, so he has gotten his goat. So
no, the goat is different, brother. Where did the babies came from?
Say the same thing. The money was from the change was from the money.
So it has to be for the money. No, the goat is different. He brought you the goat to what? To rear. Right? So, rearing the goat, we know that if it's a she goat, it will definitely give birth. Right? So, whatever comes out of that she goat is for the owner. You can't say, no, I reared it, so...
Say, like the person left it to under a care, didn't say should eat.
Yes,
he's traveling, so he left it under.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Everything is his. Yeah. Yeah. When you keep something from it, it's unlawful for you. You get it. So this hadith discusses about what? About certain things. Okay. So anything that causes you doubt, just what? Just stay away from it. And then stick to what? Stick to the things that causes you, that brings you certainty. You understand? When you doubt in something, make sure what if it's someone's right, just return it. If it's about money, return it. If it's about time, rather make sure what you do it again, or you find the right way to do it. You know, sometimes it's not about doubt or about certainty. It's ignorance. You know, sometimes you don't know. It's not just you are doubtful, or you are certain. It's not about it. It's ignorance. So if you know you don't know, you know.
If
You know you don't know, you know. Right? You yourself, you know, this I don't know. What do? You go and find out. Do you get it? If you also know that this I know, you know. You don't need anyone to tell you that this you don't know, or this particular thing you know. Is that clear?
I'm sure.
Alright. So now, is there any question before we proceed?
Yes.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask a question about the biography of Al-Hassan. No. Sheikh, was it the prediction that the Prophet ﷺ gave that will be the peace for the two conflicting parties among
Yes,
the Muslims?
yes, he's the one.
So the fight that came behind afterwards, that was the result of the prediction.
No, the fight did not happen. Fight did not occur.
Yeah,
The
no,
fight.
the conflicting party among the Muslims, the Muawiyah and the group of Ali.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, that's after him.
That's
After Ali, in the time of Hussein, nothing like that happened. It was about to occur, and then he surrendered.
And that was the prediction.
The prediction of the Prophet. So that's what the Prophet meant. This is not a prediction. It's a prophecy. This, the statement of the Prophet, Allah will make peace between these large groups of Muslims, these two groups of Muslims, meaning the group of Al-Hassan and the group of Muawiyah. So he caused the peace happen through him, or in his hands, meaning he surrendered. Hadn't been because of his he has surrendered, what would have happened?
Disaster.
Yeah, it has been what? Disastrous. So here he said, okay, I've resigned, he asked Muawiyah to take over the leadership.
So who was Muawiyah? Though we know he was related to Uthman,
Yeah.
but who was he?
Muawiyah is one of the companions of the Prophet. He's one of the scholars. One of the scholars among the companions. If you remember in our first lesson in Matan al-Ashmariya, we discussed that it's not all the Sahabas that are scholars, right? There are certain number of scholars among the Sahabas. So Muawiyah is one of the scholars among the Sahabas. And then he was appointed as a governor in the time of Omar and the time of Uthman. Right? So even Uthman was assassinated when he was in Sham as a governor. You get it? He was in Sham as a governor in the time of Omar and in the time of Uthman. So for someone like Omar to appoint Muawiyah as a governor, it means a lot. You get it? So you hear a lot of things about these Sahabas, especially Ali, especially Al-Hassan, especially Al-Hussein, and then Muawiyah. Most of these are not true. These are good people. Yes, all this happened in their time, in their regime, but it's due to misunderstanding. You understand? It's due to misunderstanding. And then many of their followers, the ignorant among their followers, they took the advantage of that to fabricate hadith. Yeah, to fabricate hadith, concoct hadith upon the Prophet to support. Some did that to support Ali, and some did that to support Muawiyah, without their knowledge. Without the knowledge of Ali, without also the knowledge of Muawiyah. They are also not in support of that. Of course, Ali and Muawiyah, they are all scholars among the Sahabas, and they will never support anything that goes against the teaching of the deen.
No.
You understand? So they were what? They were totally not in support of what of this.
So about the persecution, did it happen afterwards? The throne, Ali was dethroned.
So this those who killed Muawiyah.
No, Uthman.
Those who killed Uthman, not Muawiyah. Those who killed Uthman. It's known. The person is known, but they are in group, right? They are in group, and then normally, when a person kills another person, the person should be killed. So when a group of people also come together to kill one person, they all
Have to be killed.
have to be killed, right? But these people, they became what? A group, a force, like a group, a new sect among the Muslim community. So at that time, aside the group of aside the group of Ali and Muawiyah, there are also what? Also small groups like these groups, those who killed Uthman. So these are known as what? Khawarij. Yeah, right. So it developed into a kind of force, right? A new force, a new group, right? They follow only the wording of the Quran and then the Sunnah. So they caused a lot of atrocities in the among Muslims at that time. You understand? So Muawiyah is one of the companions of the Prophet. He's one of the scholars. The Prophet ﷺ loved him so much. Okay. So is that all?
Were the people killed? Or they were not killed?
No, they were not killed. They were not killed. Because killing them would have brought another chaos among the Muslims. You know, so Ali deemed it appropriate to just let it slide.
Okay. So, since with Al-Hassan surrounded, did his group support?
Yes. Before he accepted to be the Khalif, he asked them to take an oath that they would do as he commanded them to do. They should take an oath that whatever he commanded them to do, they would do it. And then whatever he asked them to stop, they would stop. So they took that oath and then they vowed. So when that happened, they can't go back from that. So most of them obeyed, but some disobeyed and then called him names. But he's too So any question?
Yes.
Okay.
So, is it because of what happened that brought about the misunderstanding that led to the creation of another group like the sect we have today?
Yeah, the assassination of Uthman brought a lot of things in the history of Islam. Yeah, all that chaos, that rout that happened, was as the result of the assassination of Uthman. And everything started from there. So at that time, Muslims were united. Muslims were united. We only have one group, the followers of the Prophet. We don't have any other sect, right? Until this group of people came up, and then they organized a force that rose against Uthman, and then finally killed him.
So I thought it started during Umar's assassination.
No. Yeah, of course, Umar was assassinated, but after the assassination of Umar, everything was calm, right? Umar's assassination was not as what? Uthman's assassination. Right, Umar's assassination, after that, Uthman took over and everything was okay until the death of what? The murder of Uthman. Is that clear? Should we proceed? Now let's proceed to the next hadith. The hadith of Abu Hurairah.
Which last person starts now?
Let's proceed. So, that's the hadith of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, "Min husni Islam al-mar'i tarkuhu ma la ya'ni." This hadith also narrated by Abu Hurairah and recorded by Imam al-Tirmidhi. It's a sound hadith. So he said, the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, part of a man's good observance of Islam is for him to leave that which does not concern him. Min husni Islam al-mar'i tarkuhu ma la ya'ni. Part of a man's good observance of Islam is to abandon, is to leave which does not concern him. So this is also another good hadith that teaches us a lot, right? This hadith teaches us to focus on important things that benefit us, and also teaches us what? Good time management, right? So, min husni Islam al-mar'i. So here is the Prophet is saying to consider that a person is following the teaching of Islam is what? Is for the person to what? To stay away, to leave that which does not concern him. Right? So here it's this means a lot. Right? For you to stay away from the things that does not concern you, it means that you are what? You are concerned with things that concerns you. You busy yourself with what? With things that concerns you. Do you get it? So the wise say, "Man ishtaghala nafsahu bima la ya'nihi fatahu ma ya'nihi." Whoever busy himself with things that does not concern him, things that concern, he will lose things that concern him. Right? Let's say that this issue is very important to you, and then you abandon it and busy yourself, focus on things that does not concern you. What will happen? Do you think the issue that concerns you will get better? No. You lose, right? Because you what? You've misplaced what? The priority. You get it? And then they also say that man sa'ala ma la ya'ni sami'a ma la yadri. Whoever asks something that does not concern him, he will definitely hear something that does not concern him. Right? If you ask something that does not concern him, you will definitely hear something that does not please you, or that does not please you. You get it? So here, now let's look at what concerns a Muslim and what does not concern a Muslim. What concerns a Muslim and what does not concern a Muslim. Right? So here, everyone's personal issue should be what? Should be a concern to himself. Right? Should be concerned to himself. Both in his spiritual journey and then his also what? His worldly affairs. So here it means that everyone should focus on what? On the obligatory act of worship that Allah has what? Obligated on what? On us. And we should also what? Strive to do the optional act of worship. All these are of what? Of concern to what? To a Muslim. And then things that are also of concern to a Muslim are things that are beneficial to what? To the Muslim community. Anything beneficial to the Muslim community, anything beneficial to humanity is a concern of what? Of a Muslim. Right? So that's why it is what? It is recommended that if we see something bad happening in the society, we should what? We should correct it with our power. Right? With our power. If we are the people of what? If we are in the position to what? To correct it with what? With our power. Right? And then if we can't, what should we do? We should speak against it. That's if you are also what? A person that when you speak, people listen. Then you what? You speak. But if you are not part of this group, then it's better you what? You hate it with what? With your heart. Right? So here, anything that is destructive to humanity, anything that is destructive to the Islamic Ummah, it's what? It's a concern of what? Every Muslim. Right? So it is not right for someone to see something bad happening in the community and he has the power to change it or to stop it and say that this does not concern him. No. When a person like that, live without stopping it or correcting it, the person is sinful because he has abandoned this is a responsibility. Do you get it? So these are what? These are some of the things that concerns what? That concern a Muslim. Right? And then things that does not concern a Muslim are things that does not bring benefit to the individual or the Muslim community. So anything that does not bring benefit to the individual or the Muslim community, it's not what? It's not of concern to a Muslim. Because when a Muslim engages in something like that, what happens is that he will waste his time, his energy, and then he will be held accountable for that. So this is not of concern to a Muslim. Anything that is not beneficial to an individual in the Muslim community is of no concern to a Muslim. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said in one of the hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah, said, احرص على ما ينفعك واستعن بالله ولا تعجز. He said, occupy yourself with things that are beneficial to you and then seek help from Allah. And ولا تعجز, and do not give up. Do not give up. Right? So here, he teaches us to what? To focus on what? On beneficial things. احرص على ما ينفعك. So here you should focus on things that what? That are beneficial to you. So it also means that when you focus on things that are beneficial to you, both in your spiritual journey, in your worldly journey, in your career, what happens is that you safeguard yourself from what? From a lot of problems. Because you busy yourself with what? With things that what? That benefit and benefit the Ummah. Right?
No.
So what happens? This protects you from what? From a lot of troubles, from a lot of problems, and you save time to focus on what? On things that concerns you. Do you get it?
No.
So this hadith teaches us what? Time management and productivity. Because when you focus on things that are beneficial to you, you become more productive. Right? And then you can't be more productive without good time management. You get it? When you manage your time very well, the result is what? Productivity. But when you don't manage your time very well, and then part of the things that distracts us is that we focus on things that does not benefit us. So when you focus on things that does not benefit you, you waste time, and then the consequence is that you will not see results, there will not be productivity. As the wise man said, من اشتغل نفسه بما لا يعنيه فاته ما يعنيه. Whoever busy himself with things that does not concern him, he loses that which concerns him. Do you get it? So this hadith, that's what it teaches us. I hope it's clear.
No.
Any question?
Yes. So, even though we have things that concerns us as Muslims, maybe that will benefit the community, but shouldn't we prioritize things that will benefit us first?
Sure. Yes, that's what you should do. You should focus on things that benefit you, because if you are not able to build yourself, you can't contribute to the community. So you focus on yourself first. When you're able to build yourself, then you can build others. But if you are struggling, you don't engage in yourself, that deteriorate or that hinder your progress. You get it? So this is not selfish. This is not selfish, right? Like, let's say there's a community clean up, or there's a community service or something going on, and you have, let's say, a very important exam to prepare or to sit, right? You don't say that this is something that concerns the Ummah. So you prioritize that over your personal growth. This is wrong.
Even if people talk bad about you,
Even
like
if
you
they
don't
talk,
engage.
don't mind them. Yeah. Make sure you stick to your goal, you achieve it. Then this, because your personal goal, that personal achievement is something obligatory on you, and you alone can do it. But with the community service or the community work, it's a collective
Efforts.
it's a collective obligation. Whereas yours is what? Individual obligation. So you focus on the individual obligation. Like, you just came, you just arrived, you've not prayed, you've missed, let's say, Asr prayer, and it's time for Janazah prayer. And we know Janazah prayer is what? It's a collective obligation, right? And then the Asr prayer is what? Individual obligation. So you focus on what? On the individual obligation, and leave the Janazah prayer.
That's if they are performing Janazah in the mosque and you enter.
Yes. You understand? But of course, I would recommend that you join them to pray. Yeah, this because there's a great reward in praying in praying Janazah prayer, right? But with one condition: if you are sure that when you join them to pray the Janazah prayer, the time of Asr will not elapse. So if you have more time, start with the Janazah prayer, because there's a lot of reward there. After you've secured that, then you move on to what? To the Asr prayer. Is that clear? Yeah. Any question?
So that means that if you're a Muslim and you have there's a responsibility, things that concern you. I mean, things that concern other Muslim or something. You should prioritize that which will benefit you first before the others.
Yeah, that's how it should be. But here it depends on the need. I understand. If, let's say, you are in a better position, right, to neglect yours and then attend to them, or their need is, let's say, a basic need, and yours is what is luxury, right? So here, what do? It's encouraged, it's recommended to attend to their need, because theirs is what? A necessity or basic needs. And yours is what? If yours is what? Luxury. You get it? But if all is what is a basic need, then you have to attend to your needs first. This is not being selfish. This is placing, being what? Being wise and placing things where they're supposed to be. You get it?
Say, is it the same thing as being generous?
No. Generosity is something. It's a different thing. You know. You know, generosity comes with abundance. If you have something in abundance, then you can be generous, right? But you can't be generous when you don't have it. You get it? You can't be generous when you don't have it. You are generous when you have it.
So even if someone is dying.
Every time one is what?
Even if someone is dying.
Dying. How do you mean if someone is dying?
Okay, perhaps maybe let's assume someone is in need.
Okay.
And maybe 5 cities.
Okay.
And you're walking on the streets and you're also having this 5 cities. Even though you need it, but looking at the person's condition, he needs it more than you do. But you need it for a basic need, he needs it for his basic need. But you have prioritized his own over yours. Is that
That's
good?
what is called ether. Altruism. Altruism, that's ether. This ether, and Allah said, وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ. Right? So this is the description Allah has described the people of Ansar. So when the Muhajirun, the people of Mecca, migrated to Medina, they what? They gave them all that they had, right? Some divided their wealth into two for their the immigrants, right? Okay, so this is ether. To the extent someone has 2 wives, someone has 2 wives, and he divorced one so that the muhajir can what? Can marry. You understand? So this is ether, altruism, right? To put someone's priority over yours. Someone's need over yours. Right? This is ether. This is good. Right? This is really good. And then most generous people do this a lot. Right? But sometimes we misunderstand the concept of generosity. You know, sometimes we keep giving, and we don't progress, and we think that is what? That is generosity. Yes.
No.
You know, even the Quran says it. Allah said, وَلَا تَجْعَلْ يَدَكَ مَغْلُولَةً إِلَىٰ عُنُقِكَ وَلَا تَبْسُطْهَا كُلَّ الْبَسْطِ فَتَقْعُدَ مَلُومًا مَحْسُورًا. He said, do not be too stingy, and do not be also what? Too open-handed, too generous. Because when you do that, you'll be a blameworthy. Right? Because when you're too generous, you give all that you have. When you don't have, who will give you? You get it? So the same people you give, when you give all out, they will be the people to blame you. Right? You know, so also Islam teaches us to what? To be moderate. Allah said, وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا أَنفَقُوا لَمْ يُسْرِفُوا وَلَمْ يَقْتُرُوا وَكَانَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ قَوَامًا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was describing his pious servants. And then this is one of their descriptions. When they spend, they are neither miser nor extravagant in their spending. They spend in moderation. So everything that you are doing, you should be moderate. You should not be too generous, right? And you should not be too generous. So generosity comes with what? With abundance. You know, if you don't have it in abundance, generosity is not for you. You can be kind in your own way, but generosity, I like that.
Okay, Shay, last question. So I wanted to know whether about Schwab and the question that popped up earlier with regards to maybe you were given money to buy something and the change left. So somebody who keeps the change and they didn't ask, is he part of the action of the novels or is he something piety?
I will recommend that. This legally, that's what I said earlier, right? You can keep it, but I would recommend that you explain to the person this what happened,
Even if he doesn't ask.
even if he doesn't ask. Right, so that you are certain that this is what legally yours.
Okay.
Right?
What
This lawful.
the person who is saying
It's now he want to defend his mother. Okay.
he knows I'm into, let's say, laptops.
Okay.
And you need the correct thing, that's why he's sending me.
Okay.
And that's the work I'm doing.
Okay.
And he knows that this is the price of it. And I went there, and based on because I know into it, I know I can get him the quality thing that he wants. Then I'll bargain, or I have some agreement with the seller. Maybe I have some percentage in it, and that will end up with, let's say, 2,500.
Okay.
So that one, I think it's still.
Yeah, so now here, let's say that this guy who wants the laptop, he knows you,
Yeah.
and he asked you of the price, and you said it is 3,000. So when he give you 3,000 to get the laptop for him, now when you bring the laptop, you don't have to explain anything. He asked you of the price, you gave him the price, and then you get the laptop for him. This is different.
Yes.
This is different scenario. He first asked you. You are a repairer, you are a computer savvy or someone. You deal with laptops, and he asked you of a certain laptop with a certain specs, and then 3,000, and he gave you 3,000 for the laptop. This you don't have to explain anything to him. You've given him the price. He did not bargain. He gave you the money. What he needs is the laptop, no explanation. So in that scenario, you can't come for him to ask you how much did you get it. You did get it. But let's say that a friend of yours, you don't have time, he's busy, so he needs a laptop. He knows that laptop is 3,000. So he gave you that 3,000. So this is also a different one. A different scenario. Is it clear? So this is the second scenario that we discussed. But the first, it is yours. You don't have to explain anything.
So what if they ask you that, oh, I need a laptop, and you went to ask the one who sells and he says for 5,000, and you come and say it's 5,600.
Okay.
So what about that? So it's business.
Yeah, so now you've added 600 sales, right? And then the laptop is
500.
So why did you add the 600?
Profit.
Yeah, profit. And service.
Yeah, so yeah, you can add something like that, right? So that you also benefit from your labor. You understand, from your labor.
But say, shouldn't you inform him? Because it's more like you lied to him.
No, you didn't lie. He asked you of the price.
He asked you of the price.
Yeah, and then you went to find out the price, and you also added yours on it.
Yeah, but you should tell him what the price was.
No. Okay.
Because if I'm buying, if you are truthful, the person say I want a laptop, and you want to ask Shrive because Shrive sells laptop, and Shrive says 5,000. You know it's 5,000. You can just go and tell him 5,000 and tell him that, oh, for your service he should give you something, or maybe. But you rather said you've added some amount of money like 600, so 5,600, knowing that's not the price of the laptop. And now you told him and he gave you the 5,600, and the 600 is already going to your pocket before you go to the 500. You come and the person that you money again collect.
See. You know, when we are dealing with, it should be specific. Don't discuss something, then add something on it. Because when you add something, the ruling changes. You get it?
No.
So we're discussing two different things, and you brought this again. So the first two, it's okay.
Okay.
Now, someone asks you for the price of the laptop, right? And then you said, okay. You went to find out the price, and then you've added your commission on it. So this is a commission, right? This is a commission, right? It's acceptable. You added your commission on it, right? So when he asks you, added the commission for you also your labor. You understand? Then you added and then paid, and then you got it for it. This permissible.
Mm.
Yeah.
But what if he gives you another money and call it?
He does. That's a tip.
You
But the one you have is a commission.
Okay.
You get it?
Let me see.
Yeah. I like that as different. Any other question? Okay, then let's stop here. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله.